guys are just gone. How difficult, when you do these shows sober, looking at those other bands, how they're not doing them sober. How are they doing these shows as well as they're doing them? As far gone as they are.
Yeah, I think the problem is I'm just too type A. They're like, whatever, let it go, and it works out fine. I bet I would be great under the influence. I just won't let it happen.
Mm-hmm. Now the Power Hour app. How many times have you used it yourself?
I've used it, so I beta tested it a few times at a party, and then on the launch party, I had a bunch of my friends over, and we used it the day it came out, which was super fun. I was surprised how fun it was. I'm flattering myself, but honestly, we had a blast. There was a ton of people too. That makes a difference.
Well, and what kind of beer were you using? Were you using PBR? Were you using a classy beer or a crappy beer?
Oh, you have to use a stunt beer if you're playing a power hour or, bonging a beer or whatever. I like to call it a stunt beer. So it's got to be something light, near water.
Yeah, well, yeah, because if you used an IPA, you'd be pissing yourself and drooling on yourself by the end of the power hour.
Ugh, I couldn't even make it that far because IPAs would just destroy my tongue. I don't need grass clippings for 60 minutes, thanks.
How long? Okay, the thing, we started following each other a long time ago on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that really got me, really into, your stuff in, following your vines, your tweets, all that stuff was your Taylor Swift cover of "Shake It Off." How long did that take to record all the different instruments and whatnot? And how much, how much time did it take to, kind of research all that?
Yeah, I mean, I do my videos, over the course of a few days, I'll learn the song, and perfect it with the live performance and the setup. But honestly, Taylor Swift, it was crazy. That was my second take, which is nutso because the video before that was the 50th take, and the video after that was the 100th take. So it just depends on if I nail it or if there's just one little thing that I screw up, one bass pedal hit, and then I have to try it again. And so obviously you're seeing the best take, and that one just happened to be nailed it right away.
I need to ask, when you're doing these takes, are these just the camcorder and you, or are these
yeah,
you
I
and
just have a tripod. No friends are helping me out or anything. People don't like me. I mean, I got to do this alone.
Well, yeah, I mean, naturally, yeah, you gotta cut corners somewhere. You can't be paying a camera guy.
Certainly not.
Whatever he's asking for. I mean, that's just not possible.
Exactly.
And I've watched several of your vines. One of yours that has come off as very big is, you said it's not what's about up top in your head, it's about what's in here, your boob size.
Mm-hmm.
For a man, what's it about for a man, to overcome the boob size of women? Okay, if I'm in a competition with a woman for a job and she has big boobs and I'm just an average Joe, how am I going to beat her? Is there any chance of beating her?
Yeah, no, of course. Everybody's got a chance.
Okay, but looking at the boob size thing, when I've read a lot of the things I do, it sounds really weird, but I'll read comments on Amazon products, YouTube, and then on Twitter when somebody big like you makes a comment and or tweets something out, and then I just read the comments. What do you do when some random guy will tweet out "Hey, I agree with you, but we'll say something about your body or something like that, oh yeah, you're really hot, but this." How do you take those kind of comments?
I mean, whatever. It happens. I guess I'll just be flattered that. What's that?
Do you even read them?
Oh yeah, I mean, I love engaging with people online. Like that's the fun part is like talking to people. It just happens to be that there's no way to filter that other crap out, so you have to read it, you know. But whatever, it gets easier, I guess.
Well, and how much of that do you respond to?
None, zero. Are you kidding me? I'd like people to think that it isn't seen when they're insulting me like that. That's what they want is to get to me. So obviously ignore.
When you, put out, okay, first of all, how much of your family follows you on Twitter or Instagram or Vine or anything?
I have a mom and a dad and an older brother, and all of them follow me on Twitter. Every update. It's so funny. My brother's like, "You're never gonna hold a real job again. Stop it." And I'm like, did I ever want to hold a real job again? I'm concerned my future employer might see what I tweet and like want to hang out with me. Oh no.
Well, especially when your Twitter avatar is pretty much looks like a mugshot at a police station. Yeah, I don't think you're aspiring to be the next mayor of Pittsburgh or something like that.
I'm sure the style of my avatar is not the number one problem.
No, no, no. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like that's the start of it. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Now, what is the? I've seen you've done national anthems. What is the most? Since you started doing singing, comedy, all that. What's the most nervous you've been for an event or anything?
Honestly, most recently, I mean, I've been more nervous than this, but like the most recent thing in my mind that was like pretty intense was when I was on the first time I had to go on the ice for the Penn's Ice Crew, because it was like 18,500 people, and we hadn't done like our pattern or routine or whatever you would call it yet in front of all those people, and so I was like pretty nervous. Mm-hmm. I'm used to the music thing, so this was like totally outside of my comfort zone, and that's why I was like, what?
Okay. Would you rather butcher the national anthem or while you're going out on the ice, slip and fall?
Oh my gosh, I fell today. I would totally rather fall. Totally rather fall. And yes, today, so my position was at the like far goal from where we enter, so I had to go all the way down there and like clear the goalie area of all the snow that he like kicks up while he's playing. And so the goalie's there like watching me. He gets out of the way because we go and clean the ice during commercial breaks. And so I'm like scraping the ice for him, and somehow like I wasn't even skating, I was just standing there scraping, and I just ate it like down on the ground. And so like the goalie from the away team was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And like generally they just ignore you. Like I've never had an interaction with one of them, and they don't say anything or even make eye contact. And this guy was like so horrified by my fall. He was like concerned, but I was fine. I got back up. My coach didn't even see it, so that's good.
I've never been in the working with the Zamboni or anything like that at a hockey arena or for a basketball game or anything like that. But the ushers are fairly awkward. Is there anybody more awkward than the ushers, down on, field level, ice level, anything like that?
I don't know. What do you mean they're awkward?
Like they say good luck, or they say something to you that makes you feel, a tad, uncomfortable before you go out on the rink, or, the Zamboni guy doesn't talk, or is there any warnings that you're given about other people?
Oh yeah, I mean they're like we're told to sort of we learn ways to deal with if there's ever any drunk crowd member or whatever that are giving us a hard time, but it hasn't happened to me yet. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, you never want to hear like, oh yeah, that guy, he used to live at Crystal Lake. He used to kill teenagers down at Crystal Lake. You never want to hear that.
Ooh, all right. Way to bring down the party, huh?
I had to. It's the best time.
Indeed.
Halloween. What is your Halloween costume this year?
I was Grumpy Cat last weekend, but I can't repeat that. So, do you know Grumpy Cat? Are you familiar?
What's Grumpy Cat from?
It's like an internet meme.
Oh, okay.
It's like cat that's like angry and they put words over top of him. Anyway,
yeah, okay. I gotcha.
I'm sure some of your listeners will get it. And this weekend, so tomorrow, I'm going to be Kesha.
Ooh. Are you going to do pink hair or are you going to be anorexic?
Yeah, no, not eating disorder Kesha.
Okay. So you're going to do pink hair or are you going to be not willing to take a stand on Rising Star is the question.
Rising Star?
Yeah, you never watch Rising Star with Kesha and Ludacris and Brad Paisley? The what was supposed to take over American Idol, but failed miserably.
Huh, no, I didn't even know she's on it. I'm going to have to watch whatever episodes did come out.
Let me tell you, don't waste your time because the show was good, but it was one of those shows where you had to download an app and vote and all that stuff. So unless you it was basically America votes if you make it onto the next round. And Kesha was too nice and all that stuff.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, so Brad Paisley was a little nice. Ludacris, he was not very nice to these, especially to the country people. Ludacris was not a fan of the country.
Well, somebody's got to be a jerk, so why not him?
Exactly. Yeah, he had to be the Simon Cowell. Question. Right. Okay, last thing before I let you go. Did you ever try out for American Idol?
No, I never did. Those people are ridiculously talented. I have an act, and I'm certainly entertaining, and I know how to have a good time with people. But my goodness, Kelly Clarkson, I'm not competing against that. Whoa.
See, there's a strategy there. You either have to be really good or you have to be really bad. Obviously to get on TV. If you know that you weren't going to be on there for being good, would you have tanked it intentionally just to get on there to, for America to see how bad you were or something like that?
Yeah, I don't think that's creatively. I don't find that interesting. So but if it came up that for some reason I had a comedic purpose for that, yeah, why not? Do it for the story.
Right. Well, and one more thing. Okay, of all these music shows that have come out, Rising Star, American Idol, The Voice, all this crap, what is the one that you other singers have been most intrigued by?
I actually watched more of The Voice than American Idol, but I like the artists that American Idol finds. I don't know any, beyond whenever I'm watching the episodes, I don't know anybody that came out of The Voice, but American Idol, like I said, Kelly Clarkson's ridiculously talented, and Carrie Underwood, I loved, who's the guy? Oh, Clay Aiken. He didn't even win, and I adore him. So, yeah.
You look at him, Ruben Studdard, Kelly Pickler even. She was pretty good. It's been, American Idol had a nice run.
Mm-hmm. They need Fantasia. She's on Broadway now. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good too. Yeah, you look at American Idol, they came out with all these hits. The disappointing thing though is, it's hit a wall when Randy Jackson leaves. It's time to cancel the show when Randy Jackson thinks he's too big for the show, right?
I didn't even know he left, so yeah, that's how much I'm paying attention.
I can't believe I'm paying attention more to this than you are. I researched the wrong stuff for this conversation.
No, it's cool. I'm into pop music, totally.
Last thing before I let you go, do you want to tell everybody where you can find you on Twitter, the internets, your app, all the good stuff about Ali Spagnola?
You can find me at alispagnola.com, and my app and the stuff about my Power Hour is at powerhouralbum.com.
Awesome. Well, we will be right back here on the Bob Sullivan Show here on LateNightSportsRadio.com, and I will talk to you soon.
No one knows who are you. No one seems seems to hear your cry.